so looks like daytime is here. Christmas time is here. Full of laughs and cheer. Alright. Nobody's here to kill me. That's good. Don't want to be greeted with a murderer every day. It'd be kind of bad. You're gonna wake up, kill your daily allotted amount of ninjas that attack you right out of bed. They have to be evil ninjas. Those are front kicks or something like that. I made an Axe Cop reference if you didn't get it. Axe Cop is like so... It's so weird saying the sentence, but it was like, it's so last year, yet it's like such an awesome concept. It's just, like, I don't know, I haven't kept up with it. Like, personally for me, it's like, I have no reason to keep up with this. Like, it was funny, but like, as an immediate joke, and like, not a joke, but like, this is pretty cool, this kid's got like his own comic, you know, stuff like that, but now it's like, the humor of a 5-year-old is kind of like, it's funny for a little, but now it's just like, I can't keep palating this. It's too sweet. Like eating candy all the time. You need to have some mature comedy. No. I wouldn't say mature comedy, just like, I don't know. I can't, it's essentially like, the comic is filled with jokes, but the primary joke is like, hey, this is written by a 5-year-old. It's like, cool, but like, after a while, it's like, I don't wanna. I'm good. Cool idea, cool concept, cool execution. Your brother helps you, you know, the kid's brother helps him do it, but like, for me, it's just like, I can't do this anymore. It's unpalatable for me to keep reading this, because it's just like, ugh. Oh, actually, I have vines here. This makes everything easy for me. I love that. Jesus! I was attacked by a sky rat! Oh, cool. Rat meat. That'll be useful. These fucking bushes. Just freaking lumps of grass that are just sitting here. Being annoying. Not doing anything. They're just sitting here. Alright. I need to get some more stuff. For now, it looks like... I don't know. There's a part of me that really wants these volcanoes to start actually erupting, so that it just clears and like clearly burns out like all the things around here. And it'd just be really nice. Just it's essentially just like a giant logging operation of death. I could probably lure some of the angrier mobs through it and kill the... Oh, you're an elephant! That's where the baby elephant came from. Mama. Oh, mama. It's a turtle. Hey, turtle. I ain't gonna kill you. I'll put you back in the water. With all the sharks as their little friends. I have a lot of these guys here. What the hell? They're all poisonous too. If you start attacking them, they actually poison you. Got me off guard the first time, and I'm just like, what poisoned me? I'm not in a cave. What? Just, no, it's those guys just kind of swimming around off the ground. They kind of damage you. Sort of a, how the hell? Weird sort of situation. Come on. 7, 8. Alright, so I'm making myself a lot of iron. I'm going to use 1 for picks, because that's all I want right now. and I'm gonna use the rest to make a bucket. I think that should be it. And then I'll just take some water inside and do some indoor farming. And from there, I'll be happy. I don't want to make iron doors yet, even though it's going to be the smart decision in a little bit. Because with iron doors, you know, I have that freedom of moving, you know, between out there and in here. But that's sort of like a luxury. For now, I can just cover it up with like sand blocks and dig them out whenever I want to go outside. I also want to get a bit deeper underground, because at the moment, my home, if let's say a troll spawns on top of my home, and I go up to like, you know, from outside of my caves, that troll will start smashing my home in, because, well, he's a dick. Not only that, but, I don't want that, because then it kind of leaves my home completely exposed, and if he smashes my chest, then all my resources are completely exposed, and since they only spawn at night, there's probably a high chance there's a creeper nearby, and if he comes over and explodes, while all my resources are exposed, it kills me. It doesn't kill me, but it essentially signs my death warrant. So that's why I want to try and just get underground, stay underground, and then I'll focus on securing the top. Oh yeah, SimCity did get a broken patch. Yeah, who was expecting that? I know, EA should really go into this game business. The success of SimCity was really showed us that EA is it's a great game publisher, and certainly is helping the industry move in a positive direction. I'm sorry, I all that hot air just came out of my throat and killed my voice. I like how all the execs are jumping ship off the fucking thing before it crashes. It's essentially what is the fate of EA, but crashing into something probably very hard. I mean, most of the internet doesn't like them. Most of their customer base is not too happy about their decisions. Most of everything doesn't like them. Companies actually redacted their reviews of SimCity because the review copy they got was different than the retail copy. So they're like, this isn't what we got, so let's review what they gave out. And then it's like, great, this game was a 9 when you gave it to us. How did you make it into a 4? Then again, the rating system in its entirety is completely stupid, because you should be playing games off some ambiguous number. You should be playing games off what is basically your interest in a subject. You know, whatever.
I've got to be the hipster in Vera de Milo. Let's sweat.
I can't do that voice. Not very well. Or at least not for a long period of time either. It just kills my throat. I don't know if any of you kids even know what living color is. Hell, I didn't know until a while back. My friend showed me it. It was how Jim Carrey got his start. He was actually fucking funny as all hell. Not like... Well, he's still funny, but like, whatever. Like, he's funny, but he's not like... It was like... Anchorman was really... Or, not Anchorman. Bruce Almighty was really good. It's like... What else have you done recently, dude? I mean, it's not like Adam Sandler, where it's like, oh, I made, like, Mrs. Doubtfire, but I made a whole movie out of that one scene where they're all, like, the same guy. Yeah. Adam Sandler, what happened, man? I don't know. It feels like he hasn't changed, but the times have, so, like, his style of comedy is completely gone and fell by the wayside, while comedy as a genre as its whole has advanced past that point. Like, back in the 90s, you know, stuff like, you know, that scene out of, Flubber. Was it Flubber? Yeah, it was Flubber. Yeah. Jim Carrey is pretty awesome. Except for, you know, the whole vaccination thing with his wife. Which is, you know, whatever. You know, what can you do? They say don't stick your woohoo in crazy. But, you know, what can you do? He's a pretty awesome guy, but it's like, he hasn't really made any hits recently. But then again, Drew Carey hasn't made any hits recently, and he was a really funny guy in the 90s. And, I guess comedy just changes to as it goes, and good comics at the moment start to fade out when they will be remembered for all time. Some bullshit like that, I don't know. Yeah, parody movies kind of suck dick, but hey, welcome to pop culture. What can you do? Salt cobblestone. What am I doing? Iron. You make a bucket. Mr. Bucket. Buckets of fun. I don't know, the best comedy I find is on the internet. I was cracking up for for the Video Game Championship Wrestling last night. Just because the game was glitching and hilarious, but just like the way it's presented is hilarious. Why no naked guns, stuff like that? Times changed. So do I think people's interests and things like that. You know? Naked Gun is a timeless classic because it defined like comedy for that era. It did something to an amazing extent. Naked Gun is a classic because it's like Naked Gun is sort of like the Mozart of comedy, where it did a lot of great things to the extent that it was done masterfully, but they didn't really, they didn't break any comedy new ground. They just really hammered in things like puns and very swift talking and stuff like that. They hammered it in to such an excellent degree. It's sort of like, I forget who made, I think it was Richie from Hard for Games, made sort of a comparison that, like, the best things are not the things that are groundbreaking, but the things that do what they do the best. Like, the reason Chrono Trigger is such a great game is because it wasn't completely groundbreaking in every aspect, but it really focused greatly on the storytelling and the music and the heart and soul of the game, and just made it that much better of a game because it focused on itself rather than being something new. And it shows. And I guess it's sort of true with like things like Naked Gun and stuff like that. But maybe I'm just talking out my butt. I don't know. If I am talking out my butt, then it's a good Jim Carrey movie. If I'm talking out my butt a lot, then it's probably a bad Jim Carrey movie. Like, the talking out the butt scene was like 3 seconds in, like, the two movies, and like that thing was like repeated 1,000 times in like this crappy spin-off where they don't even mention like Jim Carrey's character. It's like, what the hell? When time and effort are poured into a product, those are werewolves. He's looking at me. Get me inside. Get me inside. Sand walls will protect me. Yeah, Naked Gun Police Squad. Yeah, I've seen a few episodes of it. Hilarious storytelling, creative as fuck intros, man. It was more than just like, oh, hey, look, it's a pop car, go through things. Like, it was a very fucking creative show. The best things are fueled by the creativity of man. I don't know if you're not the one who likes this, or Froth is the one that... The whole sequences were just amazing. It's things that people put time and care and effort into. Not things that are made to, like, oh, hey, people like this. Let's just make something like this. It's like, no. Like, we do really good this. Let's put all of our time and effort into perfecting the fart joke.